A new life in Europe. A dream chased by thousands.
I don't really think you can better it.
It's just amazing living in Spain.
With sunny days and a great way of life, it's easy to see why. Woo! But this doesn't come for free.
To come up with that money out of thin air is quite difficult.
So to fund this life,
oh my God,
expats are setting sail.
He's out. He's gone.
And setting up businesses.
There's mushrooms growing on the wall.
Okay.
On this new series, we follow a fresh group of expats.
Every day's like this at the minute, it's just non-stop.
Run, run, run!
Launching paragliding and restaurants in Spain.
I think there's a future in this for us.
B&Bs and villas in France.
Look at that, like a Ferrari toilet.
But will it be profitable?
There was a lot of happy people here.
Or simply painful?
I want a piece of Spain, not a piece of Chernobyl.
And can the new expats really make their new life in the sun pay?
Job well done.
I'm so happy.
On today's show, challenging times for a British-run restaurant in Spain.
Discouraging when you have two restaurants on either side of you that are just so busy.
As its owners spend big to turn their fortunes around.
You're going to be talking about 500 and summer for supply and then fitting. Not cheap.
No, I just think it'll look better.
This large French B&B prepares to welcome a houseful.
She's like the conductor of an orchestra at the minute. The captain of the ship.
But will the facilities let them down?
On the stairs and on the left, it smelled a little not good. The bathroom, the toilets.
And a couple falls in love with inland Spain.
I walked in here and I said, this is absolutely going to be my house.
But are their renovation dreams a bit too ambitious?
This ain't gonna be finished for mid-June.
No, it's got to be finished.
The Costa del Sol, a prime destination for expats looking to start a new life. Here, stunning properties are located just minutes away from the Mediterranean coast at very affordable prices.
Here we have a 3-bedroom penthouse apartment, really nice swimming pools, tropical gardens. On the lower level you'll find 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, the kitchen, utility room, and upstairs you have the master suite, private balcony with panoramic sea views and ensuite bathroom. The price is 209,000 euros.
This area of Spain also has more golf courses per capita than anywhere else in Europe.
Oh, pulled it.
These attractions have drawn Craig Hyatt and his girlfriend Robin to seek a new life here. They've swapped Toronto in Canada for running a restaurant in the town of Calahonda.
You learn to relax here. Like, it's so nice living here. Like, it was the right decision, wasn't it, for us just now? Wasn't it?
I think so.
To come here.
Seemed right.
Craig and Robin's opening night at their new restaurant made them a good profit.
Oh, the food was delicious. It was really nice.
That was good, really good.
But that was followed by a tough 7 days with hardly any customers coming in.
The one day we were really down. We took 28 euros. Like, we were really, really down, the 3 of us that day. I didn't even bother doing the till. I just put the till, I didn't even bother doing it. I just left it open for the next day. Just one of those nights, isn't it?
It's discouraging when you have two restaurants on either side of you that are just so busy, so busy. So that's a bit of a hard thing.
But Craig thinks he knows one reason why diners prefer the restaurants next door. They offer sun shelters.
2 metres is here.
That's perfect, isn't it?
Craig's called on expat builder Steve to quote for a new canopy.
Oh, we could go 250, but it's going to be coming lower and lower and lower.
I'd rather it done properly.
You're going to be talking about 500 and summer for supply and then fitting. Not cheap.
No, I just think it'll look better.
Not cheap. In black.
I think it's worth it. When you go by, you can see it, it sticks out.
As well as investing in the business, ex-hotel food and beverage director Craig has introduced new offers to attract customers.
And we started a feature menu, which is there's 8 tapas on it, and you pick 4 and you get 2 glasses of house wine with it as well for 15 euros.
The same night,
The mussels are quite fantastic. You could go on to something and have like the cheese. Very nice with this wine.
the first signs are encouraging.
See, all it took was one person to sit there. Then everyone came in.
The place is busy.
We got another table. 2 guys just walked in. That's the Swedish lot. I think they're Swedish that were in the other night. They spent a lot of money last time.
So Chef Yves has his hands full now.
We'll use that one next. Yeah?
Meatballs, yeah, ready to go.
The plan is to get Eve a helper. Someone that can do the dishes and like do like the bits and pieces that I do, like the cold stuff and like I plate up some of the plates for him and then all he has to do is drop the hot food on it. That's the plan. It's just it's too inconsistent right now. I can't really afford to hire another body.
Without that extra pair of hands, is the kitchen still producing the top-notch food Craig set out to serve?
It's excellent value, superb food.
They've paid attention to detail and we like their kind of food.
And very good quality wine.
They're very welcoming as well, aren't they? Very welcoming. We hope to eat here again this week because it's so value for money.
Cheers.
As darkness falls, business continues to be brisk.
It's a very busy night. I'm melting. In the best of ways, though. This is what we wanted, and I want it to be like this every night, but unless I get it perfect outside, then it won't be like this. People won't come back. But I'm trying my best.
But Craig and Robin need many more nights like this to make the place a going concern. How will the rest of the season pan out? The Dordogne. This is one of the greenest regions in France. With miles of lush countryside, it's a very popular choice for many British expats. Near the town of Aimée, former finance director Richard Brown and his partner Eileen Draper
we'll have our own field of sunflowers next year.
That'd be nice.
Have bought this 15-bedroom Jeet complex and are getting used to their new life in France.
And round every corner, there is heritage, there's a beautiful village. There's a cafe, there's French life, there's a village fete. Round every corner that was going on, wasn't it? I thought, that would be a very, very pleasant life to go and lead.
They've just said goodbye to their latest set of guests, but they need to sort out a problem they have reported.
They had a lot of problems with insects in the bedrooms at the back there, where the children were sleeping. They were in the beams.
Richard and Eileen monitored the room, but haven't seen any centipedes since. And they're confident they're free of insects, in time for the next French guests.
It's a beautiful place, with a lot of space, it's quiet. I think we'll spend 3 very good days.
And student Greg and 3 of his friends from England.
We're down here for a long weekend, effectively. It's a friend's wedding. But yeah, we're just making the most of it, really. It's like a little mini holiday.
But their time's nearly up. For both sets of guests, it's checkout day, and Richard and Eileen have got another huge challenge ahead of them.
Our first big changeover. So the French family that are in there at the moment, hopefully will check out. Then we've got to get it ready for the 18 guests that will arrive this afternoon. So it's just about cleaning bathrooms, changing beds and just sorting the Jeet out.
It's another big booking, and it'll be a race against time to finish. Fortunately, Richard's daughter Steph is still here to help.
Would you just iron me a single sheet and pillowcase?
And his eldest daughter Sophie and her husband arrived this morning.
So I've got 2 daughters, a son-in-law, myself and Eileen, and maybe Rich the workaway may get stuck in as well. So it will certainly take a bit of the stress off.
So warm in here. Perfect.
But a host of helpers doesn't solve every problem.
We are a sheet short that's on the line. So hopefully the sunshine it'll be all right.
No, frantic. More frantic than like the first week. You've got like a very short period of time to get it done and you know, done to the standard that you want it in.
Fortunately, Eileen has taken charge of organising the changeover schedule.
She's like the conductor of an orchestra at the minute, the captain of the ship.
So just doing the final few sweep-ups now, then we're done.
Everyone's worked hard. Got it all done. That's good.
But before their new guests arrive, Richard and Eileen need to say their goodbyes and get feedback from their current set of guests.
Bonjour.
How are you doing? Bonjour.
Very well. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Good.
Brilliant.
So have you enjoyed your stay?
Yeah, loved it. We're definitely going to come back next year. I think we're going to make an annual thing, really. It's just been just what we're looking for, a great, relaxing long weekend.
But it turns out that there is a problem with one of the rooms.
It was in the room, on the stairs, and on the left.
Yeah.
It smelled a little
okay.
not good. I think
Okay.
it's the bathroom, the toilets. They say that there is a little smell.
Okay.
I think it's for septic.
Maybe.
Maybe it will be.
This is not good news. The wastewater at La Colombière isn't connected to the mains, and it rests in a septic tank, or fosse septique in French. And it's producing some very unpleasant aromas.
Oh yes, we're going to have to get some stuff down the fosse, I think. Sometimes just from the fosse you just get the backwash, the smell in the fosse. I mean, it does happen when you got fosse septics.
With new guests almost upon them, Richard needs a quick fix.
It's just a matter, you buy granules that help the organic stuff. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do when you've got a fosse septic. Where's the granules? Are they in our house?
Yes, they're on. Well, they usually are.
Right, okay.
But it seems like the smell hasn't brought bad reviews.
I'm going to write something very good for Helen. Yes, very good time.
Okay,
Cheers, take care, thank you, and thanks. Cheers, bye.
And they're ready just in time for their big booking. Will the rest of the summer bring any more problems for Richard and Eileen?
Well done, sweetheart.
Well done, you.
Yeah, well done, you.
The town of Denia in Spain's Costa Blanca. With its 20 kilometres of coastline, it boasts spectacularly clear waters and a rich and varied marine life. The sun shines around 325 days every year. And it's here that Matt Blair and his wife Karen have chosen to relocate to run a new charter boat company.
The whole way of life is just more laid back.
Back in the UK, I used to get up in the dark to go to work. I used to come home in the dark. Here, get up in the light. You might go to bed after sunset, but it's still nice and warm.
Their boat engine gave up on them recently, and Matt managed to repair it.
Got the gearbox stripped down, and so we managed to get it turned around in 3 days and back in the water.
But as he's still waiting for the correct spare parts, the boat is guzzling a lot more fuel than usual.
Yeah, this should be nice. It's better than the other side of the harbour, isn't it?
Nevertheless, Matt and Karen are keen to make the most of what's left of summer season. Regular customer Jeremy and his South American girlfriend Daniela have requested a special water sports trip.
Just been out on the water, getting away from civilization. It's nice, just forget about everything and enjoy yourself.
First up, Matt and Karen have scheduled in some wakeboarding in an open stretch of water just outside the port.
The aim is to actually get up out of the water and stay on top of the water. And some people make it look really easy.
First to try is commercial diver Jeremy.
Well, Jeremy, I'm already going to put you on a shorter line so that you can play with the wake.
Put it on a longer line.
You'll be fine.
This is only the second time in his life that Jeremy's tried wakeboarding, and the last time was a while ago. But it looks like he's a natural.
Súper bien, súper bien.
Well, second time in a long time. Too long.
He is just super good at everything.
Oh, it's brilliant fun. It's lovely just surfing on the water. Skating on the water, rather.
But now instructor Matt's got his work cut out with Jeremy's girlfriend Daniela.
The board will be in the water in front of you. Como este. All right?
Not only has she never wakeboarded before in her life, but there's also a bit of a language barrier.
Now the board wants to be like that.
Encogido, vale.
Yeah.
¿Y estándar?
Not really, more like this.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah, so you're kind of
Okay,
floating around
perfect.
like this.
Okay.
Time to see if Matt's Spanglish lessons paid off.
Hopefully she can pick it up from a bit of the skills from snowboarding. But I know Matt says it's very different, but hopefully there's a bit of something there. So just remember, when you do get up, say keep your knees strong.
Okay. Vamos a ver, a empezar de nuevo. Here we go.
Oh dear, it seems like Matt's instructions are still getting lost in translation.
¿Cómo fue? Guay, pero tragué agua.
Will it be third time lucky for Daniela?
Yeah, first timer, she's up. It's brilliant.
Is that a bit of a that's my girl feeling, Jeremy?
Finally, a good run for Matt and Karen's latest customer.
Espérame. Sí, hice bien. Yes, he's very good water sports teacher, particularly wakeboarding, which is where he's got most experience. Hey, amazing!
Another successful trip for Matt and Karen, even though their profits are being affected by their fuel-guzzling engine.
We figure about 30 to 40% more than the old gearbox, so it makes quite a big difference, obviously, because all our bookings include fuel. It all comes out of any profit we might be making.
Yep, the parts are still on order for the gearbox. And I'm sure they'll arrive one day. And when they do, we'll be back in the workshop, gearbox apart, put all the right cogs in, and then hopefully use a bit less fuel.
The takings may have been affected for Matt and Karen, but not their customers' enjoyment. At the end of the trip, Jeremy and Daniela are beaming.
Oh, fantastic day out on the water. Can't think of anything better to do while you're on holiday than a bit of wakeboarding and playing in the water.
Today we enjoy a lot. We may exercise. We have great day.
Brilliant holiday. Brilliant.
With the end of the season now looming, can Matt and Karen make up for their thirsty engine with more profitable bookings? Jaén province in southern Spain, the gateway to Andalusia. Its inland traditional villages boast some of the cheapest properties available in the country. It has the largest proportion of national parks and some remarkable Renaissance architecture. It's the perfect location for those looking for artistic inspiration.
Hey, buenos dias!
Such as Lottie and Pete Nevin, also known as Pedro, who moved here 2 years ago.
Oh, fantastico, gracias. You ring up people you know in England, they go, oh, it's raining again, it's foggy. Then they go, look at that blue sky behind you. You go, yeah, oh yeah. So
It's horrible, we rather take it for granted.
Yeah.
Artists Lottie and Pete moved to the small village of Las Pilas de Fuentesoto after years spent teaching art.
We looked at Portugal, which is a beautiful country, and then someone said, well, have you looked at inland Spain? We ended up here in a little village that made us welcome from the minute we arrived.
Yeah.
After a recce trip on her own, Lottie decided to spend £38,000 on buying this 3-bedroom country house. A similar property in the UK would have cost you at least 3 times as much.
So I rang Pete up and I said, I've just bought us a house.
And I was so busy working, I went, yeah, go on.
What I didn't tell Pedro
They didn't
was
have a back door.
No kitchen, no back door, no bathroom, no water, no hot water, and that basically it was a shell.
Over the course of the last 2 years, Lottie and Pete completely renovated their property using reclaimed second-hand materials.
Our budget was tiny. We actually had about £40,000. But actually, I love old things. I like improving things. I walked in here and I said, this is absolutely going to be my house.
But now Lottie and Pete have a new project on the go that they hope will earn them some money. they decided to cash in their pension and buy this derelict townhouse in nearby Alcalá la Real, which they want to turn into a B&B, providing art classes as well as accommodation.
Hey, hola.
Hola.
Buena.
Hola.
Hey,
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal?
Bien, bien, bien.
Yeah? Well, there were steps
I'm
there
actually getting
originally.
backache thinking about getting in here.
But you're going to have the boiler in there, you're going to have the washing equipment.
But I'm going to be using that washing machine an awful lot.
Yeah, so even if you've got steps, there's going to be a lot of...
This is not This is not an architect designed home, is it?
Lottie had the vision more than I did. I could just see money
I
going...
did actually. I did have the vision.
I could just see money going out of the door.
I was actually a little bit disappointed in him because he didn't have the same vision as me. And normally we both have the same vision, but for once I was on my own. This apparently is where they put the pigs when they'd slaughtered them and cut them up.
And salt them.
And salted them.
Artist Lottie hopes to turn this into a commercially viable property while safeguarding its traditional quirks.
Keeping this rustic feel, that's coming out.
What does rustic mean? You know, badly made.
No, rustic means exactly like this.
Okay. So you don't get these in non-rustic.
Oh, no.
But tiptoeing around the original features means that the build has been moving at a sluggish pace. It's late April, and with their first guest due in July, the pressure is on.
So basically we've now got 8 weeks and 5 days to finish this project.
You've got all the electrics to go in, all the plumbing to go in, and the heating.
Patio, the garden design.
Lottie is confident that they will hit their completion date target of mid-June, but Pete, not so much.
Lottie, this ain't going to be finished for mid-June.
No, it's got to be finished. It's got to be finished because we've got people coming in July.
I know, but
We've got
there's
guests.
a lot of
We've
work.
got guests paying good money coming in July,
work.
so we have to have this finished.
Yeah, I know, but that's a lot of work. That's a lot of plumbing.
Bring it on. Come on, we're going to
But
do
you're
it.
optimistic.
We're
I'm
going
a
to get
little
this
bit
show
more
on the
sanguine
road.
about it. I think it's going to take a bit longer.
With lots to do and very little time, will Pete and Lottie manage to host their first paying guests in their new property? The town of Aimé in the French Dordogne. It's now July and an incredibly busy time for Richard Draper and Eileen Brown and their Jeet complex La Colombière.
We've got 18 in the big sheet, and then we've got another 8 arriving later on in the week. I just feel stressed because the house is a tip because we've had people here continually for the past 3 weeks, so it takes a bit of keeping on top of as well as all the sheets. I'd like to get everywhere clean and tidy. Whether we achieve it, I don't know.
Following some feedback about a foul-smelling loo from their previous guests, Richard has been fighting against a stinky septic tank. But it seems the problem is finally sorted.
We spent a very enjoyable trip in the Dordogne. The house is beautiful. We enjoy the swimming pool and the outside area. Eileen is very nice.
What about Richard?
Thanks a lot.
But right in the middle of the season, Richard and Eileen are about to receive 3 more important visitors.
Later on this afternoon, Richard's mum and 2 sisters are coming.
There's a few hours before her ladyship arrives. I mean, that's the first time she's seen it. So nobody's failed to be wowed yet.
But after vowing 40 years ago that she'd never come to France, Richard's mum Helen, who's 84, promises to be a particularly tricky customer.
I think she fell out with the French when they banned our lamb.
So she boycotted all French food, so she won't eat Golden Delicious. I'm sure she's probably had the odd glass of wine every now and again.
Finally, with her son making a new life in France, she's relented and reluctantly agreed to visit Richard.
This is Richard's car, I think.
Hello, sweetheart.
Helen looks pleased to see her family, but not the locals.
Are you all right?
I am now after my awful experience at that airport.
Why was it? Why? What happened?
They pushed her through on her own and pushed me and abandoned me all on my own. And I didn't know nobody, and it was so frightening. I just burst into tears.
Oh.
She had this French person in alarm lock. Let me through.
Whoops. So Helen wasn't a fan of Bergerac Airport. Let's hope she will like her son's new home at least.
Cheers. 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 Welcome to La Colombier.
Where am I going now?
We're going for a swim. There you go. There's the pool.
Helen's not exactly a Francophile, but after seeing La Colombière, it sounds like she might be changing her mind.
It's absolutely gorgeous, and can't blame him coming here, can you? Absolutely beautiful. I think they've done the best thing he could have done, definitely.
And after imposing a 40-year-long ban on family holidays to France, there's another emotional reason for Helen's trip.
I'm going to sort of scatter my dad's ashes. My dad sort of, he was quite a linguist actually, but never really pursued his dream. My mother refused to come to France, so my dad never got to France.
Well, we refused to have our lands.
The family have chosen a pretty spot in Richard and Eileen's 19 acres of land for his father's final resting place.
Now, don't forget the wind's blowing that way, so don't chuck it that way, else you get a mouthful. You'll get a mouthful of Dad. Who wants handful?
Yeah, pots.
There you go. We've got no words to say other than you would have loved it here, and welcome to France.
Bye, darling.
There we go.
He always wanted to.
He always wanted to come to France, and now you're here. Au revoir and à bientôt. Well, hopefully not too à bientôt. I'd have loved my dad to have come out here.
Well, we all would, wouldn't we?
You know, he really would have loved it. He would have loved to come to France. His mother wouldn't let him come to France, but he would have loved to have come to France. So he's here now. So he's in his own little bit of France. So yeah, special moment.
And Helen's finally won over with Richard's move to France.
I didn't want him to leave, and that's the gospel truth. But now I've seen this and seen how happy they are, I am so glad he's brought it. I really am.
Well, think about it, see, any of the family can come any time, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, Mama, I'm glad you've come, and welcome to France.
Thank you, dear.
I've always... Mother. Even though I'm 57 and you're 84, you're still my mother.
Jaén province in southern Spain. The area of Alcalá la Real has become the new home of husband and wife Pete and Lottie Nevin.
It's fantastic. Today's the sun is shining. It's glorious. And, you know, you can count on tomorrow being sunny.
Alongside their art lessons and painting, Lottie and Pete have embarked on a massive project this summer, transforming a medieval townhouse into a bed and breakfast, where they hope to run art classes as well as hosting guests.
It's más grande, yeah?
But 6 months into their renovations, and just 8 weeks before their planned opening, they've received some very bad news. The house's main staircase collapsed overnight, bringing down a portion of the ceiling.
I heard my phone go ping and there was a message from Pete and there were some photos. And he said, "What did you think about the collapsed stairs?" And I said, "What?"
It would have been a bit of a surprise, really, wasn't it? Because they both collapsed. It wasn't just the one downstairs, but the one leading to the room at the top.
Simultaneous collapse.
Yeah. Kiko, es problema aquí structure.
Ah! It looks like some kind of straw or sort of hamster belly, doesn't it?
Lottie and Pete had been trying to preserve the quirky original features of the house, but it turns out that much of it was built using just rubble and straw.
When they build these houses, because they're poor, they're built with rocks and mud. This staircase was really not held up by anything because it's just rubble. It's built out of rubble. We'd always talked about a new staircase, but we didn't think it was going to be so dramatic.
Lottie and Pete had budgeted €125,000 altogether, their entire pension pot, but the collapsed staircase means an extra €2,000, money they don't really have.
We did budget for a new stairs, but what we didn't budget for was to deconstruct. So we was going to build on what was there.
They might have lost a staircase and a large chunk of cash, but fortunately they haven't lost their sense of humour.
Does my bum look big in this?
Fast.
With the help of builder Kiko, Pete hopes to design a staircase which will look similar to the original whilst being structurally sound.
Mucho.
Mucho, sí. ¿Es posible pequeña más?
Para acá, igual que ahí.
At least if it's a deep step,
Okay.
people are aware of it and you can
Okay.
say, please be careful of this step.
Sí, sí.
Y besito.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfecto. Good.
He seems to do okay with his Spanish, doesn't he, with Kiko? It's amazing, just a few words, but I hope he understands.
We're trying to tread a line between, yes, keeping the cost down so we can afford it, and B, keeping it as traditional looking as possible.
Artist Lottie had designed a tiled staircase for her new B&B, but will they be able to afford it now?
When something like the staircase collapses, the biggest drawback for me is that I can't go on my sort of shopping sprees and go and get the things that I'm really dying to get, like
Gold-plated taps.
Oh, rubbish. I'm not having any gold-plated taps, Pedro. But it kind of sets me back, sets my shopping spree back. But I guess these kind of inevitable things that happen on a build, there's always the unexpected, isn't there?
With mounting costs and even less time to complete their work, will Lottie and Pete be ready for their first guests? The Costa del Sol, and in Cala Honda, it's been a time of change at Craig and Robin's newly opened tapas restaurant cum wine shop.
That's lovely now, because that draft now, I mean, you can go out a bit further there, so you got these tables here and here.
You're right, so now we have 4 shaded tables plus the umbrella. People come to Spain to be in the sun, but then they want to be out of the sun.
The canopy cost Craig and Robin around €800, but they're hoping it will lure in more customers.
I think that looks really nice.
Looks really nice. Makes a huge difference.
It does, doesn't it?
And the couple now have smart new uniforms, courtesy of Robin's parents.
Her stepdad, Neil, that's their business at home, Sandra's and Neil's business. So they made us some T-shirts, so they had some ladies' fit golf shirts.
Business has continued to be hit and miss in the weeks since opening. Last night being a particularly bad one.
We had maybe 4 people come in, and that was a bit of a letdown. It's kind of discouraging.
Despite the ups and downs, Craig has once again decided to make an investment and hire a new member of staff, kitchen hand Saffron, who will help Chef Eve.
We're working pretty well together, so that's always a bonus. She starts at 7 till 11.
The brave decision to hire Saffron will cost Craig and Robin a couple of €100 a week, but they think it will allow them to concentrate on paying more attention to the customers.
Feels like we have more of a routine and a system and working out the kinks. And so I'm actually kind of happy that we're not super busy, because then we can perfect our service.
4 weeks later, and it looks like all of Craig's investments have paid off.
Of course.
The place is heaving.
We are very busy. Unexpectedly so. It's nice. It's full house on the terrace right now.
But there's an added challenge for Craig and Robin. His dad Steve and stepmom Alison, who run their own restaurant, are among tonight's customers.
Well, we're waiting for our friends to join us tonight, so we thought we'd come to Tapavino because they're not long open, and obviously we want to support the family.
We normally just finish at the end of the night and then we pop in and have a drink at the end of the evening. Yeah.
And we don't want him to feel as if we're like checking in every Monday. You know.
He thinks we criticise and if we come too often.
But Craig's not too pleased about having his award-winning chef dad among his customers on this busy night.
What's wrong?
Sitting there watching every move.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to say something.
Don't say anything. Just stop it. We can handle this.
They already picked out where they would sit. We already knew because they could watch the whole thing. We already knew. Like, it's so predictable.
Okay, well, we have to focus on
Where's
this
this
now. The prawn chorizo to table 7, please.
We don't suggest anything anymore. We just wait till he wants to know.
With Steve and Alison to serve, as well as a full terrace, can Craig and Robin keep their cool?
Welcome to Tapavina, my wee boy's place.
This is lovely. This is lovely.
Robin, can you go and get those ladies drinks? Please, they're just waiting.
In the kitchen, Chef Eve gets to work on Steve and Alison's order of king prawns, ably assisted by Saffron. But will it please the pros?
So that was just out the head. That's where the flavour is. The most expensive prawns in Spain, the Spanish eat not for the meat, but for the what flavours in the heads.
Beautiful.
They're happy so far, but Craig wants to make sure they stay that way.
Robin, what food is my dad and that waiting for?
Scotch egg, the Spanish egg, and I think that's it.
Okay.
At the end of the night, it looks like Craig and Robin's punters are happy.
It's just a lovely, relaxed atmosphere with food that's just that bit above a lot of the others. We'll be back.
First time here, very nice. It's everything they put in front of me, which is a first for me. But we'll definitely come here again, definitely.
With all the other diners full of praise, as Steve and Alison's table receive their final dish.
These are Scotch eggs.
Spanish Scotch egg.
Pudding.
Are they equally impressed?
That's amazing.
It's lovely.
Lovely.
It's lovely. Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Really nice.
Really nice. Delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, we're really proud of what we've achieved, haven't we? Yeah, both of them have done so well. They really have done so well in quite a short space of time.
And they will do well.
And with the ringing of the till still in his ears, Craig's a happy man.
The number of tables we did was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tables tonight. We've done as many tonight as almost the whole of last week.
But they're going to need many more nights like this to make up for the slow start of the year. In Denia on the Costa Blanca, Matt and Karen Blair's charter business is quietening down as the summer season comes to an end.
We're now in September, early September, so the main tourist season has now finished. So most of the bookings we're likely to get from now on are going to be from people who actually live here or who have got family out to visit.
Having spent €35,000 on setting up their company, it's now time for Matt and Karen to decide if their charter business is a viable one.
In the peak season, if you like, which would run us through from beginning of June to end of September, we would need to be averaging €1,900 a week in order to cover costs for the year. That hasn't quite happened this year, but we're really happy with the way things have gone, and they've gone better than we could possibly have hoped, really, for our first year.
We're probably at around, 65, 70%?
Yeah, I would say so.
Of where we wanted to be, which in reality is actually quite an achievement. It's quite good.
Bookings may have slowed down now, but Matt and Karen still regularly run their successful plastic patrol operation. Matt is setting sail on the 9th cleaning trip of the Med this season, and expats Roy and Dean have joined him after reading his appeal on the Plastic Patrol social media page.
And so if you come backwards a little bit on your left. Very good. There's lots of volunteers, so lots of people put their names down.
There's a large inflatable thing over there. It's probably a fender, actually.
No, it's a balloon.
It's a balloon.
Matt and Karen have taken more than 30 volunteers on their cleaning trips this season, each of whom contributed to the cost of the fuel.
Right then, Dean, you're up. Good job.
As Matt motors along the coast,
Tin can. Oh, it's full of pebbles.
there's no shortage of litter to pick up from Matt and Karen's new office.
That's it. Very good. And on the other side. Since we started, it must be 30-odd bin bagfuls, big black bin bags.
That's a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
Like individual pieces. That's
A lot of small stuff.
Tens of thousands.
No, there's a plastic bag at the back of the cave. Good net, Roy.
Strips of plastic.
Through regular litter patrols, Matt and Karen hope to help preserve this area's natural beauty for when they return to work in summer.
Is the heron in the background?
Oh yeah, over there.
It's well, it's more than a privilege to be able to come and just see this beautiful place on such a regular basis. It's great.
After cleaning up 5 miles of coast, it's time for Matt to turn back.
Well, guys, I think we're all plasticed out. I think we're going to have to head home and have a beer.
It's good, really enjoyed it. I love coming back. It's so fast.
And it seems, as a result of today, Matt and Karen might have got themselves a new booking.
Well, we've got friends coming over from Australia. It'd be great to take a group out and just get Matt to take us into all the caves and to do some snorkeling and just have a lot of fun on the boat. I wasn't aware of his business until I did this, but now I've sort of been out with him, I would choose to use his services.
Great news for Karen and Matt. And there's more. Even though they haven't received the spare parts for the engine yet, Matt has been offered a job repairing engines in the boatyard, which will supplement the couple's income during the quiet winter months and set them up for the next summer season.
Plans for next year? Get a second boat. No. Plans for next year is to
Develop the business.
yeah, develop on what we've already done this year and keep doing it well and refine it and do it even better. Hopefully have a good season, get some more money behind us so that year 3 we can definitely get a second boat up and running.
And after spending the season taking out customers, it's time for the couple to enjoy their new life and all it has to offer.
When you get days like this, we can come out and enjoy the boat ourselves. How lucky we are to have all this around us. Fantastic.
Next time, 2 ice cream lovers start churning it out in France.
Vanilla, 8 vanilla. Trying to sell faster than he can make.
Going too fast.
8 caramel.
Sell.
But their new business faces an uphill struggle.
I've come to France to make delicious traditional ice cream with local ingredients.
Du Nutella.
And what do the children want? Nutella.
At Richard and Eileen's,
There's a few little issues that we need to have a look at. I put my combat gloves on.
it's troubleshooting time again.
You've got the shower chair, which lots of people would have an issue with that.
Okay.
And Lottie and Pete celebrate 3 years in Spain.
Yeah. You look beautiful. Wow. We really love it here,
Yeah,
so we'd like to stay here for forever.
But will a bothersome B&B renovation scupper their dream life in the sun?
It's getting to the kind of
Squeaky bum time.
money is getting tighter and tighter and tighter.